Thank you for viewing this with your five senses all attuned. What I'm going to read now or narrate is a lot of profundity with dedication, resilience, passion, and gratitude. It is a thread of this exquisite masterpiece, which I would say. Here I go. It all began from the problem child who couldn't properly walk or talk, to the boy who walked out of the school as the head boy and the Andrian king. That same boy now, name issues, only to be ridiculed. To the young man who walked out of college with a DR and a gold medal. And it all began from the first floor clinic on the Market Yard Road to the medicines available even in the Middle East. From hard work and hierarchy to faltering and failure. From astounding research to some hair-raising results. From scratching around till the hunger was found. From simple mistakes to results profound. From sleeping in 5 stars to sleeping on the ground. From poetry and rhymes to changing of times, from publication and books to health and looks. The journey continues. Bandra, Dongri, Vashi and Andheri, NIBM, Vimannagar, Kalyaninagar and KP. To Matharan, Wangami and now Karjat. It simply said,
God has been kind.
Yes, He has been
Definitely.
very kind. Yeah. That was so well encapsulated. Just like a doctor, the writer was Dr. Ali. It definitely calls for an elucidation, a dissection of this walnut shell version of the years that he has spent in a very short yet expressive poetry. Dr. Ali, do fill us up on these in between the spaces of these lines
Definitely.
on the beautifully written poetry, so that we understand the hidden between everything from the problem child to Dr. Sublime.
The problem child was basically I was born with clubbed feet. I was not born a normal child. I had both my feet clubbed, and clubbed feet is a condition where the feet are not straight when you're born. They are turned inwards. So I was always not really looked up to. I had an elder brother who was perfect, who was born with 2 fantastic legs and 2 fantastic hands. Whereas my legs weren't the best, and I had multiple operations, fractures, and things to make sure that my legs are fine. So yes, that's the problem child which started off the process.
Okay. And then continue with about being the Andrian king and the head boy.
That happened when I was in school. Always lived in my brother's shadow because I had an elder brother. So always lived in my brother's shadow till I was in around 7th standard, till my brother didn't leave school.
Okay.
Once my brother left school, then a different side of me understood that how to live independently. It's like till you're not thrown in the water, you don't know how to swim.
Right.
So
right.
you started to swim, and that's how we developed and became the head boy of the school captain, whatever it's called. And then there was a personality competition, which led to me becoming the Andrian king. So that also happened in school. And yeah, so the problem child, which had to wear big boots to correct his feet till he was in 7th standard, till I was I think around 13 years of age.
Wow.
And we used to have to wear short pants
Okay.
in school.
Okay.
So the shoes used to be very prominent.
Okay.
Because in short pants, the big boots are seen to correct the feet, to make sure that I walk straight, my legs are straight, parallel to each other, which normal people have normally.
Were you a hot trot then?
I don't think so, you know.
Because I'm getting an image of Fidor Dido and my daughter's crazy about him.
A Fido Dido.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I was quite plump as a child, not as skinny as Fido Dido.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like Gappu baby.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Doctors even had a doubt whether I'll even walk one day.
Okay.
But then I played sports. I played football for school, for college, state level. So yeah, God has been kind, as you said.
Okay. Tell me about this name issue thing.
I was named Alisha when I was born. Till I was in a boys' school, it was fine. But a few people had sisters by the name of Alisha. But once you came in college, I had at least 3 classmates whose names were Alisha. So the first 2 days in college, everybody keeps looking at each other. Boys looking at girls, girls looking at boys. I used to always carry a shade, a pair of glares in my neck.
Okay.
So if I wore a light color T-shirt, I would have a blue color or a dark color shade hanging around.
Was it the time around when that Baby Doll song?
No. I'm too old for that Baby Doll song. Baby Doll song
because
is.
you know about Alicia. So that's the teasing part.
No, the Alicia was more Alicia Chinoy, the Made in India song.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so people always thought Alicia, and I had 2-3 classmates whose names were that.
Okay.
So the first few days they keep asking in class, who's done elocution in school? I would put up my hand. Who's done debates in school? I would put up my hand.
Okay.
Who's done fashion shows? I would put up my hand for the Andrian King thing.
Okay.
Who's played sport? Put up my hand. So one day the class in charge the teacher was in charge. She asked that boy on the back bench, because I always sat on the back bench. What's her name? And I stood up and said Alicia.
Okay.
And there was a moment of silence in the class. So everybody went quiet. And then once I made friends with everybody gave me the feedback, we saw you and we saw what you were doing. And suddenly it was Alicia, and it was like, complete downer.
Okay.
So yes.
So what was that feeling of that young man who walked out of the college with a DR and a gold medal?
So yeah, once I realized that Alicia wasn't really happening, I personally decided to just separate the Shah. I didn't drop the Shah. You have to respect the fact that your parents have given you a name, the fact that parents have given you life in a way. They've sacrificed so much for whatever you are.
Yeah.
So I just separated the Shah from my name slightly.
Okay.
And I started introducing myself as a half name, as Ali.
Okay.
And that's when maybe I got into my own again after school, because I went into a shell in college because of the name insecurities.
Okay.
And then studied and worked very hard in college to become a doctor, and by grace of God get a gold medal.
Wow, amazing. So now we go to the first floor clinic.
Yes.
Okay.
At Market Yard.
At Market Yard
Yes. I was working with a doctor. I was learning the craft from Dr. Nilesh Shah at Market Yard Road. And at Market Yard Road, Dr. Nilesh Shah gave me his own clinic to start off, a Sunday OPD in the afternoon. I was working in a company where I was checking whether insurance is, the patient who's admitted for medical insurance, is the case real, genuine, or is it a fake case?
Okay.
So I was working with the company, and I was assigned this job to do. So I was throughout the week doing a 9 to 5 proper office job, sitting on the desk, entering in the laptop, and going visiting hospitals.
Okay.
And Sunday I was free, and a person like me doesn't like to sit idle. So I decided, chalo, kuch to karte hai. So I requested the doctor. The first floor clinic at Market Yard was started in the similar way.
Amazing.
Where Dr. Shah gave me that permission to start on a Sunday, because he used to take a Sunday off.
Okay.
And yeah, that was the first clinic we started at Market Yard Road. Then we shifted on to many more clinics, which we will go in detail in the later part of the interview. But yeah, now medicines even in the Middle East, we have a lot of patients from the Middle East, from Dubai, from Sharjah, from Kuwait, Muscat, Oman, Saudi Arabia. So many of our patients have volunteered to take up the responsibility of keeping the medicines available there. So they take the medicines from Pune or Mumbai clinics and keep it with them over there. So it's made available to patients who are staying there and who for some reason run out of medicines and can't make it back. So yes, to the medicines available in the Middle East from the Market Yard clinic. So yes.
Yes, and then from hard work to hierarchy.
From hard work to hierarchy, in the fact that sometimes you don't plan things. You don't know where you will go. As somebody very clearly had taught me once in life, if there are two hands which make you who you are, one is the hand in which your lines are written, and one are the hands which bless you. So sometimes the hands which have the lines in it are the hands which work hard, and the hands which bless you are the hands which take you to places where you don't know where you'll go.
Okay.
Because that is divine, that's blessings. So that really don't know where it takes you, but those are the two hands. It's not these two hands, but it's one hand which has the lines on it, and one the blessings which come from people, parents, friends, relatives, and patients definitely.
Okay, lovely. To faltering and failure?
We all are human. We all are flawed, right? You are. Are you? Yes. We all are flawed. We all are flawed. We all have our mistakes. We all falter. We all make mistakes. We all fail. And the best person is that who accepts where he's flawed, where he's failed. So even as a doctor, I have made my mistakes. I have flawed in terms of diagnosis sometimes, in terms of medicine sometimes, in terms of diet. I still do make mistakes, and we try to minimize them. We try to work hard and try to improve on them. That's why at some point in time, doctors' work is called practice. It's not called perfection, or it's not called office job. It's called practice, because we are still practicing. We are still understanding the body. God has made such a great system inside our body,
That's beautiful. How you
and
put
we keep learning. I think we all are work in progress.
Yep.
We don't become a finished product ever. Nobody's perfect. We all are work in progress. We all are learning every day new things, new ways of treatment, new way of diagnosis.
Okay.
And yes, that's the hard work which comes in.
Yeah, so that's where you get in from astounding research to some hair-raising results.
Astounding research in the sense, as this cookie is made, it's the ingredients which make the cookie. Every small ingredient matters, and
Okay.
I'm really fond of cooking. I love cooking. One of the best detoxes which I have is cooking, and every part of the cookie which has a particular ingredient.
Okay.
The same way science works and medicine works.
Yep.
If there's little more salt, the food doesn't taste good.
Absolutely.
If there's little less salt, the food doesn't taste the same. The same thing with the cookie, and the same thing with medicine. When there's little more medicine, the sugar goes down. When there's little less medicine, the sugar goes up. So it's all a matter of ingredients. How in cooking every ingredient matters, in medicine every ingredient matters. So you have to make sure your medicine is appropriate, otherwise sugars can go down or sugars can go up. Both give difficulty to patient. It's very important to understand the exact ingredient of the medicine to make sure the sugar remains at a particular level. The same thing with food.
Okay. So now we get on to from scratching around till hunger is found.
Scratching around in terms, we really don't know. I don't come from a medical background.
Okay.
I was from a business family. My father is a businessman. My grandfather was a businessman. My uncle is a businessman. My brother is now. They're all businessmen. They don't really get into science. So I really had no background. So when I had to start from understanding science on my own. If at all I had to ask somebody or fall back on somebody, if I faltered, like how I made mistakes, I really didn't know who to go to. So I would have to do the scratching around myself and find the hunger myself.
Okay.
But yeah, one thing you realize that you should not give up. You should just keep trying. Just keep trying and automatically things fall in place.
Yeah, that's what you wrote in the next line. From simple mistakes to results profound.
Sometimes you do mistakes. As I said, we all are flawed. So there have been some times where you don't understand where you have made a mistake. We don't understand where you have found a result. You sometimes don't know when you give a medicine what result you're expecting from it. So when the result comes, you sometimes wonder, I didn't expect this, but it came. And there are some places where you think, nahi, ye patient ka sugar theek nahi hoga. Yeah, with this medicine, this won't happen. But there are days when it happens.
Okay.
And sometimes a very simple case, which you think can be solved very easily, doesn't happen.
Okay.
So there is somebody up there who handles all this. We are just a way of doing it. हम एक जरिया है सिर्फ कि हमको ये चांस दिया है करने का. पर फाइनली कंट्रोल कोई ऊपर है जो सब कोऑर्डिनेट करता है, हैंडल करता है.
That's there. Sleeping in 5 stars, sleeping on the ground.
Yes, I've been for a lot of conferences, locally and abroad, and have had the pleasure and the privilege to sleep in one of the best hotels in the world or in the country. And there was also a time when I didn't have a place to stay when I used to go to Bombay for my clinics. As we mentioned earlier, we have 4 clinics in Bombay: Bandra, Dongri, Vashi, Andheri. तो रहने के लिए घर नहीं था, सोने के लिए बिस्तर नहीं था.
Okay.
पर नींद बहुत थी, सपने बहुत थे, और कभी कभी वो कहते ना, आराम कमाने के लिए आराम छोड़ना पड़ता है. तो टू अर्न कंफर्ट यू हैव टू कम आउट ऑफ योर कंफर्ट जोन. सो क्लिनिक पे काम खत्म करो, क्लिनिक पे यू शुड टेक अ नैप, next day morning get up and get back to work.
That's nice.
So that's just sleeping in 5 stars to sleeping on the ground.
Okay. From poetries and rhymes to the changing of times.
As my second passion was always being into writing, and speaking on stage,
Right.
Doing elocution debates, going for conferences, going for events. So I've written 3 books, as most of my patients and my friends know.
Yep.
And the 3 books are out, and the changing of times in terms of people are not so much readers nowadays. That's what you realize.
Yeah.
People don't really like to read. They like to see something, scroll up reels, and they really don't want to turn pages. They want to scroll up reels. So actually it's a disease nowadays. I had a patient that day who came to me who said that, yes, addiction. People tell me that I started scrolling reels at 11 o'clock and I was scrolling reels till 3 o'clock.
Oof.
I'm like, were there so many reels? But yes, it's actually a thing. So people don't sleep at night, but they prefer watching reels at night till 2-3 in the night, and say that keeps us occupied. Otherwise we take stress and we think, but basically
But if you're sleeping, why should you be thinking?
that basically disrupts the sleep. So many people just like to watch reels and keep focus on that.
So you've spoken about your publication and books.
Yes.
To health and looks.
As a child, when we grew up, we used to think whatever looks good in the market, burger, fries, chips, wafers, sweet things, is all supposed to be eaten. It's what you eat is what you are. So if you eat healthy, you will look good. Okay. If you don't eat healthy, you will not look good. So with all the patients also the same thing we reiterate कि अगर आपको अच्छा दिखना है, आपको यंग दिखना है, आपको मजबूत दिखना है, तो आपको सेहतमंद खाना खाना है. आप नहीं बोल सकते कि मुझे अनहेल्दी खाना खाना है, फ्राइड खाना है, टेस्टी खाना है, स्वादिष्ट खाना है और बेहतरीन दिखना है.
Okay.
आप अच्छे नहीं दिख सकते. You cannot look good if you are eating unhealthy food because the body is not meant for it basically.
And so the journey continues. Bandra, Dongri.
The journey continues in, as we said, the market yard clinic started off first, and then my grandfather had left inheritance for me, which my father invested into a clinic in Bandra, in an office rather, and later which was converted into a clinic.
Okay.
From Bandra, it went to a place in Dongri with the help of a certain Mr. Safdar Karmali and Sajjad Bhai, who helped in setting it up in Dongri. At Vashi, Mr. Subhash Gogia. At Andheri, it was Barakat Bhai and Zep Palace. All these clinics have been started not because of me. All these clinics have been started because people told me, "Hey, Doctor Saab, we see something in your treatment which we don't see with other doctors."
Exactly.
The purpose of the treatment is not the money. The purpose of the treatment is to make sure the patient is fine, is to find the diagnosis and treat the patient.
Okay.
So all these places are not mine. All the people who think, "Hey, Doctor Saab has 11 clinics and all the 11 clinics belong to him, Doctor Saab is really rich." No. Dr. Saab doesn't own all the clinics. One is inherited from my grandfather. One, the NIBM one, is again with the help of my father. And the other clinics all are divided amongst the people who have called me there. Like in Mathran, Mr. Ajay Sawant, Springwood Heritage, Wangni, Ashfaq Bhai. In Karjat, the Daulat Villa. And Francis now is helping me around with the place. So that's how the places have started. So most of them are not mine. It's people who've seen that the purpose of the treatment is different and have told that this should reach our people. So they have invited me to their place or their area where they live or where they survive.
Okay.
And that's how the clinics have started. So I'm indebted to all these people. That's why I mentioned their names. क्योंकि उनका नाम भी पता होना चाहिए कि उन्होंने मदद की. आज नहीं तो कल जितने लोगों को benefit हो रहा है, all the people who are benefiting from this is because these people took the initiative of telling Dr. Saab वांगनी आओ, Dr. Saab माथेरान में शुरू करो. डॉक्टर साहब हमारे पास जगह है, आप आइए, हम आपको वहाँ जगह देंगे, पेशेंट देखिए, वहाँ लोगों को आपकी जरूरत है.
Okay. So basically it's for the people by the people.
For the people by the people.
Wow.
By the creator.
Yes.
Yes, always.
That's the base.
That's how it always works.
Yes. So simply said is, how can I help you? Why?
Because God has been kind.
Yes, He's been very kind.
We all are indebted to the creator in one way or the other. None of us, we see a lot of patients in the clinic who are physically, mentally challenged.
Okay.
Handicapped है physically, mentally. उनके पास डाउन सिंड्रोम के पेशेंट आते हैं, जो डायबिटिक है, जो फिजिकली मेंटली चैलेंज्ड है, ऐसे पेशेंट आते हैं. हमको थैंक यू बोलना चाहिए सिर्फ ये बात के लिए कि हमारे पास 2 हाथ 2 पैर है जो अच्छे से काम करते हैं और हमारी जिंदगी अच्छी है, हमको कुछ डिफेक्ट नहीं है. जैसे मैंने कहा प्रॉब्लम चाइल्ड था, क्लब फीट था, तो वो एक डिफेक्ट था तो समझा कि कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है शरीर का हर एक भाग, उसकी वैल्यू करो, वो क्रिएटर को थैंक यू बोलो. तो हम बेसिकली वी ऑल आर इंडेटेड टू द क्रिएटर जिन्होंने हमको बनाया. मैं तो बहुत हूँ क्योंकि मुझे वो मौका दिया कि मैं ये काम कर सकूँ और पेशेंट्स को वो दे सकूँ जो शायद वो चाहते हैं, वो सेहत बना सके, और इसके लिए उनको थैंक यू है. और उसका कर्ज, उसका डेट कभी नहीं उतार सकते. वी कैन नॉट एवर रीपे द डेट ऑफ गॉड गिविंग अस दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी टू डू दिस. Many people just live their lives, breathe the air, earn for their families and go away. Right. We have got the chance as a doctor and other doctors around of leaving an impact on people's lives.
Yeah.
Maybe even after we go from this world, we will have some memory of people remembering of what we did.
Right.
And that's always been the purpose. The worst thing is dying from this world and dying off, not living after death.
You can always leave this world a better place.
Always a better place, and be alive after you have died.
Yeah.
Because being alive is being alive in people's memories, in people's hearts. People like Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, whose birthday is there today. These people have left an impact on our lives, and they have left an impact which is everlasting.
Right.
So they are even living after they have died. So one of the purposes of living is you have to continue to live even after you breathe your last.
So can we go for a quick buzz around?
Yes, definitely.
So-
Dr. Ali Unplugged.
Yep.
Yep.
What's your favorite detox?
Favorite detox: cooking, driving. I love to cook, I love to drive. Gives me a break.
Okay, so give me one adjective for driving.
Peaceful.
Wow. And what's your thoughts on religion and spirituality?
One religion, humanity.
Okay.
One creator, whoever it is.
Okay.
And second, how they say religion, caste, subcaste. So religion, humanity, caste, diabetes. Subcaste, homeopathic diabetes doctor. Yes.
Wow. You got it sorted. Huh?
Yeah, completely.
Alright.
So when patient comes to the clinic, what's your name? What's your age? What are your problems?
Okay.
How can I help you? Right? No religion, no caste.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Jai Jinendra, Jai Shri Krishna, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, Salam Alaikum, Adab,
Hi, hello.
Bonjour, everything. Whatever you say is accepted.
Fine.
Yes.
So which would you choose now among the two that I give you, one over the other?
Okay.
Poetry or a medical practice?
Medical practice. Any day.
Okay. So Mumbai or Pune?
Mumbai to work, Pune to stay.
Okay.
You can't stay in Bombay. The vibe is very unrelaxing. To say, you cannot stand in Bombay, you'll fall. You have to run in Bombay. In Pune, you can stand, you can sit, you can chill.
Okay.
Bombay, you can't sit, you can't chill.
So you can have a laid back life.
You'll
here.
fall off the side if you sit and chill in Bombay.
Okay.
Not happening.
Okay.
Yes.
So you like to live in the seaside or on a hill?
On a hill. Mathiran. If ever I'm lost and nobody knows where I am, my phone is off, nobody knows where I am, come to Mathiran or come to Springwood Heritage. There will be a room somewhere. I'll be sitting there writing poetries, writing shairis, and you'll find me there doing free treatment for anybody and everybody in the world. So post-retirement plan once everything is settled in life, inshallah.
So you already given out my list.
Yeah, yes. Retirement plan.
Yeah.
Yes, retirement plan, yes. Actually, I'm retired in my head already. In my head, I'm already retired.
Can I
Elaborate?
look in there?
Oh, yes, you can definitely. I'm already retired in my head. Why? Because I'm already at peace with what I do. Generally,
Okay.
people keep struggling कि मुझे ये हासिल करना है, ये अचीव करना है. I'm already settled in my head कि मुझे जो करना था, जैसे होना था वो उसके कृपा से हो गया है. And I'm already retired in my head. And like even if I, God forbid, pass away tomorrow or pass away today at this moment while talking to you, I'll be contented with what I did in my life. I have no regrets.
Lovely. Okay, so what's your take on fashion?
Fashion, what's comfortable? If it's not
Okay.
comfortable,
Favorite color? You're sitting on
I don't need to say it. You know, it's
you're sitting on a purple chair though. there.
So yeah, okay. The chair is not chosen by me, but yeah, the coat
Okay.
and the turtleneck is black. So yes, black always.
Fine. So what's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear, as I said, passing away from the world
Okay.
and passing away from the world. Like being dead after you die. You should live after you die.
Okay. Tell us something about a compliment that you got. The best one.
Best compliment I got. Oh, there's a small saying in Maharashtra where people keep calling Hriday Samrat. So there's a Hindu Hriday Samrat who somebody has been named after. I don't want to get into names.
Okay.
So there was the person who's following the same person
Okay.
who came and told me, "Sir, आप diabetes Hriday Samrat हो." It's a very interesting thing which he said. बोले आप diabetes Hriday Samrat हो means आप गरीबों के भी डॉक्टर हो, आप गरीबों को समझते भी हो, उनके लिए दवाई भी देते हो, उनका तकलीफ समझते हो, तो आप बेसिकली डायबिटीज के डॉक्टर नहीं, उनके दिल से उनके डॉक्टर हो. हम दिल से चाहते हैं कि लोग आपके पास आए. तो वो ही गिव मी वेरी नाइस, ही इज अ महाराष्ट्रियन और लोकल मराठी. ही टोल्ड मी दिस, बोले आप डायबिटीज हृदय सम्राट हो. सो इट वाज वेरी टचिंग टू मी बिकॉज अ वेरी बिग कॉम्प्लीमेंट. Hriday Samrat means, you know, you belong in the heart.
Yes, just
So
you're there in the
so
heart.
the diabetes doctor who lives in the heart
So you
doesn't
got a-
live only in the prescription on the medicines, but rather lives in the heart.
A permanent place in his heart.
Yeah, so now after he told me that, people ask me, sir, आप कहाँ रहते हो? You know, where do you stay? Bombay, Pune, Karjat, Wangni, Mathura. मैं सर आपके दिल में रहता हूँ. So there was one person who told me, sir, मेरे दिल में तो मेरे दिल में तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब रहते हैं क्योंकि उनको बहुत पसंद है. तो मैंने कहा मैं उनके बाजू में रहता हूँ. तो मेरे पड़ोसी जो है प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब है. तो क्योंकि उन्होंने कहा कि उनके दिल में वो रहते हैं, तो मैंने कहा मैं बाजू के कमरे में रहता हूँ.
So that's your bestest compliment,
Yes.
as you would say.
Yes, yes.
What's one belief that you are very strong about?
Whatever you do, do not give up. Be stubborn. Stubborn not कि मुझे यही खाना है, मैं यही खाऊंगा. Stubborn कि मुझे कुछ करना है लाइफ में. The hunger, the zid should not go.
Okay.
You should always be hungry, and not for food, but for achieving what you want to.
Okay. So, what's your strength?
My strength, I keep things simple. I don't complicate. And very important, you have to be calm in your head.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. You should not let your emotions get the better of you. There was an Indian captain by the name of Dhoni who said that the process is important. I heard his interview, and very nice talk he said. The process is important, not the result. You focus on the process, you will have a good result. Even if you don't have a good result, at least you know the process was good. For example, while you're doing medical studies, if your process is good of studying the book, of reading your medicines right, then even if you don't get the first rank in college, you'll still be a good doctor. But if your process is wrong, you might still become first in class, but you might not be the best doctor. So a doctor in college used to tell us, जो last bench पे बच्चा बैठा है या जो क्लास में first आया है, वो important नहीं है. जिसके बारे में patient बोले ये डॉक्टर अच्छा है, that this doctor is good. So the process is more important than the result.
Okay. What's the one thing that you would ask God, having a chance to do it?
How do I repay your debt? What do I do to make sure that you feel that what you have given me, I have lived up to it?
Okay.
What you have given me, I'm able to justify it, do justice to it.
Okay.
And there's some different connection I have with God.
Okay.
There are sometimes when I think of God and I get goosebumps.
Yeah.
And
that's His presence in your life, basically.
Yes,
so you just can't say anything about that.
Yes, it's just you've reached that level where you're just connected.
Yes. That's the level you reached, because when you say that, if I'm ready to go.
Yes. Like you can't pass a day without thinking about or thanking the Creator at least 10 to 15 times.
Absolutely.
Whoever could it be?
Yeah.
It could be whoever you believe in. It's just a creation.
Okay, now let us know one secret that nobody else knows.
Nobody knows my age.
See this. That's not a secret.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Your mom and dad must be knowing it.
That's exactly. My mom, dad know it, but the rest of that nobody knows.
So I said no one else.
Half my patients feel I'm a different age.
Okay.
Half people feel I'm a different age.
Okay.
So my age is kind of a secret with most of my people. Yes, okay. It's fun.
So you like it?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, definitely.
Wow. Okay. What is one advice you would give to your younger self? One thing that you could change if you could.
I'm still young.
Okay.
So you want to give me advice for myself right now?
No, not me. You are perfect as you are.
One advice to anybody who's younger or a younger doctor or students who come to learn from me is don't take success or failure too seriously.
Okay.
Patient ठीक हो गया तो ये मत समझो मैं डॉक्टर हूँ, मैं बहुत बड़ा डॉक्टर हूँ.
Okay.
या अगर रिजल्ट नहीं मिला तो ये मत सोचो यार मुझे कुछ आता ही नहीं है.
Okay.
या पेशेंट को पूरा जान लगा के ट्रीटमेंट किया पर वो पेशेंट वापस नहीं आया.
Okay.
तो सक्सेस फेलियर दोनों सीरियसली मत लो. उसको जैसा है वैसा रखो. प्रोसेस पे अगेन एज आई सेड प्रोसेस जरूरी है. रिजल्ट आ जाएगा. रिजल्ट विल कम.
So do you want to give any message to the young medical fraternity out there?
No, nothing. The medical fraternity has to keep growing. We as doctors need to keep growing. We cannot say we are perfect. We cannot say we are the kings of diabetes or kings of medicine or we are the best around. We are all work in progress.
Okay.
And the work in progress never ends. Today also I am learning and I will learn till my last breath. You are also learning. Somebody else also learning. And we just that we do it nicely.
Okay.
So yes, thank you so much for all your questions and thank you so much for your presence.
And thank you for rising to everything that I asked you about.
Yes, and
I'm going with it.
And thank you for being patient with me. Thank you so much. A special thank you to the organizers and the people who helped us organize this thing. Jivraj from Ambitious Pharma, Neha for organizing from Creative Space, for organizing the direction and the understanding, Marian Pentel for interviewing the process, Aika Delicacies, Alice Plus Health, O Hotel for allowing us to do this event over here. A big thank you to all the people who have been involved and all the people who have been involved in the journey of Dr. Ali becoming Dr. Ali, and from being just Ali to Dr. Ali to being understood and respected by all of you. Thank you so much. God bless.